Okay, let's address this. I'm gonna address it in 2 different videos, but I wanted to address it in this first one.
Y'all like, and this is why I hate the Shade Room, because y'all post inflammatory stuff like this knowing that a lot of your followers are black just to get a reaction out of us. And I know some of y'all are gonna jump and be like, that's just her, that's just how she wants to look. But you can't look at these 2 photos and think it's the same aesthetic, and this can't be the same woman who said this.
Who wants to be black? I don't understand that. I really just can't comprehend it.
It's the fact that they know colorism is such an issue deeply rooted in our communities that they know that they can come in and do stuff like this and still get support. This is the same woman y'all made a millionaire.
The comments on her post are absolutely brutal.
It doesn't make any sense to me that someone would think that colorism is so important in this community that a white person would be trying to look like a light-skinned black person, with the same train of thought. You understand what you're even saying? Okay, what you claim with colorism is that colorism means that light skin is better than dark skin. The lighter, the better. No one would want to look darker because lighter is better. That goes for white people. Okay? So if someone was white and they really believed in this whole thing of colorism scale, and the light-skinned women were better than the dark-skinned women, so then where does that place white women? Okay? So obviously, she is not trying to look like light-skinned black women. I find it really, really, really funny that you're saying that she looks like a black woman in a photo where she is wearing blonde hair. Like, what black woman has blonde hair growing out of her head? Naturally. Naturally that color. Like, no one. And I'm saying black, not Australoid brown people. I'm saying black Congoid people. That doesn't occur. So, like, you can't try and claim a look that you don't even naturally create. Anyway, continue.
Again, people saying Black China. Did she get a race change? She's a whole different color. Is she doing brown?
We'll say Black China, but Black China has sold bleaching cream, tries in every way to look as white as possible, has a mother who literally disrespects black people, does not wish to be black. She tries to identify with Dominican even though she's a dark-skinned black woman. And you are still trying to say Black China, when Black China has done everything in her power to look like who again? Women like Danielle Bregoli, Bad Baby. So I'm just saying, it's just like, I don't really get why you guys are saying that anyone is trying to look like anyone who doesn't even want to look like themselves. Black China literally sells bleaching cream. She does not want to look like herself. What she naturally looks like, we hardly even see ever. Okay? I don't think I've ever seen her in her natural complexion, considering she sells bleaching cream. Okay? So, we don't even know how she naturally looks at this point. Yet you're saying that Danielle Bregoli, is trying to look like a bleacher who does not like how she naturally looks and does not show the world how she naturally looks. Anyway, continue.
So, that's the story. I want to know what you guys think, alright? Alright, guys, so we got to talk about a TMZ-esque story here that involves a
woke revolutionary meltdown, and you guys know I can't stay away from the woke revolutionary meltdowns because they upset, right? They mad, okay? There's a whole lot of outrage on the internet at Miss Danielle Bregoli, aka the Cash Me Outside girl. You guys remember the disrespectful girl on Dr. Phil, okay? She made a name for herself. She made a career basically out of disrespecting her mother and essentially acting like a trash individual, acting ghetto, right? Yeah, she got rich and famous off of that. And if you guys don't know what she does now for a living, I'll let her explain it in the most simplest terms possible.
Sir, can I interest you in a new phone? New plan? Look at these guys. I'm trying to lure you in with a new phone just to lock you into a contract. Talk, text, 2 years. Just what do you do for a living? I make music and I'm a whore! There we go, man!
That was funny.
Yeah, so she caught her big break as, again, she took advantage of her fame. She started making music, and then she started her OnlyFans when she was 18 years old, okay? Like, literally, she announced that she was going to launch her OnlyFans on her 18th birthday, and she literally made millions of dollars overnight. And allegedly, she's made over $50 million on OnlyFans, okay? And she's not even throwing it back like that. She ain't even busting open like that. On OnlyFans, she's simply just making money off of simps who hope and pray and pay that one day she might do that on OnlyFans. But I'm sorry to tell the simps that I don't think that's going to happen. You've already been bamboozled, hoodwinked, led astray, run amok. It's just a shame we live in a society where we have simps making girls like this millionaires overnight. But the girl is extremely smart, right? She's extremely talented, and she knows exactly what she's doing. I mean, she even got invited to speak at Oxford University.
Bad Baby made her appearance and speech at Oxford University, and apparently it was a hit with the students. The room was packed, it was standing room only, and some students waited outside in the rain for hours just to get a spot. She talked about getting famous at such a young age, making $50 million on OF, and her terrible experience at Turnabout Ranch. Bad Baby, whose real name is Danielle Bregoli, also talked about her scholarship fund. The BAD scholarship is giving away $1.7 million to students.
Before y'all start talking about how could you give scholarships out, you didn't even go to college, you didn't even finish school. I didn't need to, but this ain't about me, this is about you.
Here's a clip courtesy of TMZ of her appearance.
Okay, again, and she has generated a whole lot of controversy and upset the woke revolutionaries on the internet because apparently she has been accused of what they call blackfishing because she has put out new images and new videos of her where it looks like she is now black, okay? She has now transformed herself into a light-skinned black girl, woman, after making a career out of acting ghetto. And people are extremely upset about that. Take a look.
I just randomly came across Bad Baby on Instagram. Do y'all remember her? Because I don't remember her being black. What? This blackfishing is crazy. She has braids. She got a perm. What else? Wow. She wants to be black so...
That's what I mean. I don't understand what's so retarded about these type of people. Why do you think that someone is wearing a perm because they have naturally curly hair and they are of Italian and Jewish descent? She actually has very soft curls for being Jewish. There are plenty of Jewish women who have much tighter curls than she does. Yet you are out here trying to claim that she has a perm because what's true about that situation is that you wish you had those curls because they're soft curls. Basically, they're loose curls and you don't like your tight curls, which we just call curls because we're trying to be nice to you, even though technically kinky hair is not curls, it's actually kinky hair. But anyway, that's just a different story. But my point is, it's just that, this is just what you want to be, not real curls. Because you don't like that she has the natural curl that you wish you had. That's it. And it's weird that you would say that a photo of her with a blonde hairstyle would specifically mean that she was trying to look like a black person. How is blonde hair supposed to signify a black person? Oh yeah, I forgot, because you wear blonde wigs all the time and dye your hair blonde, and straighten your hair, that now all of a sudden that means anyone who's wearing the same hairstyle as your wig is now trying to look like you, even though their people naturally have that hairstyle and that hair coming out of their head naturally. You are the mimicker, so shut the fuck up.
So bad. That's scary.
Let's talk about Blackface Becky and all the comments that are saying that she wants just enough melanin to be able to say the N-word. Y'all are dangerous.
Isn't that pretty delusional? I mean, she's blackface. We just saw the photos. What are you then? You certainly aren't the same two colors. Are you colorblind, man? Like, seriously. You don't look anything like that lady. But you just said she was blackfacing. She was mimicking you? How? In what way does she look like you, sweetie? Like, seriously. I know. This is probably the type of look that you try to attain when you're trying to get ready. But that is not you. And you never make the mark. Because when you guys are total different colors, total different faces, you guys look nothing alike. So please stop saying that she's blackfacing, because don't you have a black face? I don't see her face on you. I don't see anything similar to what she looks like on you. Let's just be honest. Why do we always have to be nice about this? I mean, it is what it is. You guys keep being mean to somebody, but at the same time, for some reason, you think it can't go the other way. Why not? You are criticizing people for the way they naturally happen to look when they get ready. But when how you naturally look, we can't criticize the fact that you are totally trying to copycat. Anyway, continue.
Close to the point. These kinds of people have one form of social currency, and that is their whiteness. So they intentionally make themselves appear racially ambiguous so that they can intentionally transplant themselves into different communities where they can cash in on that social currency. Don't forget, up until very recently, proximity to white.
As far as looking racially ambiguous, Jewish women, Middle Eastern women, Italian women, Southern European women tend to look ambiguous because they have more ambiguous features, like full lips, wider nose in some cases. Like Danielle does have a wider nose, not as wide as yours. This is why you're triggered. But she has certain features like that. Really curly hair, darker skin than most fair white people, at least. These are ambiguous features, and so therefore she is naturally racially ambiguous. I'm pretty sure whether she's tan or not, she gets what kind of ethnicity is she, and she, has probably gotten a few people who guess she might be Hispanic or things of that nature. So it's not a shock that she looks racially ambiguous. She naturally looks that way. See, the thing is that in this society, I guess bad for you, but the end look is looking racially ambiguous, and that benefits her because she does look racially ambiguous and you do not, and that's why you're mad. That doesn't mean she's going to try and look, because if it was really true that white was currency, then why would she tarnish it by trying to look like someone of color? like you're trying to claim she's trying to look. When she just looks like what she looks like. She doesn't look any different in any of the photos. She looks glammed up in some photos, and other photos she doesn't look glammed up. She looks less tan in other photos, more tan in other photos. If we criticize you guys for glamming up and tanning your skin and getting lighter as a dark-skinned black woman, that would be wrong. People would call people racist, colorist, depending on who you are. Like, for me, I would be called colorist because I'm not, different from you. We would be called colorist, racist, you get the name. Because we can't, it's not right to say, oh, black women can't glam up. Because then you guys will say, oh, you want us looking masculine all the time. If we say you can't tan, or you can't, or you look too dark when you tan, oh, hell would break loose. So please stop with the double standards, please. Continue.
This meant proximity to opportunities, proximity to advantages, proximity to resources, and every day that is becoming less and less of the truth, and these people are going socially bankrupt.
So I actually think I finally understand why a lot of white women, they end up trying to personify like mixed light skins or like ambiguous light skinned people of non-white.
Really? Okay, mixed light skin. So you think mixed light skin on average have fair blonde hair coming out of their head and it being pinned straight like that? Really? That's not the natural look of a mixed race light skinned black person on average. Name one that has straight blonde hair coming out of their head naturally. That's platinum blonde like that. Not honey blonde, platinum blonde. Do you see that? No, it's very rare that you see a mixed race person with platinum blonde hair that's pinned straight coming out of their head. That's just the truth. So you can't claim that look. You're saying what you try to make yourself look like. And it's a sad thing. I've covered this several times. Light skin, mixed race, black women for that matter, who are light skinned, mixed race people who are lighter skinned, black women who are lighter skinned, are all pushed to look like some other race of woman. This is what dark skinned black women complain about with colorism. They're always complaining about this because they're saying that no one will believe that they're any other race but black because they're too dark to be anything else. That's what they're mad about. And they say to light-skinned and lighter-skinned black women, we have it easier because we can configure ourselves and transform ourselves into something else. So then we look like we're something else. So then we have it better because we can convince people that we're something else. Which is sad. Basically, you're saying that all black women's natural phenotype is fucked up, basically. That's what the colorism argument is. And that the only black women and only mixed women who win are the ones who can make themselves look like some other race. That's the truth. Anyway, continue.
Communities, I think I finally get it. Especially, I'm going to just say it, they be trying to be light-skinned black women, right? Not dark-skinned black women, because God forbid they be dark. Okay, because come on now, we know how people feel. It's colorism. Whenever other white people, I don't know what TikTok consider bad. So what I'm going to say is when a white person feels like when a white woman, because we do not see a lot of white men literally changing their skin and structure to become black. We don't see a lot of that in the same way. But whenever a white woman does not rank in the same capacity with other white people based off of white supremacy, you see them do things like this. And I'm convinced it's because they still want a throne. They still want royalty. They still want to oppress, right? They want that supremacy. And so for black people, supremacy comes with colorism, being light-skinned. So they'll get their lips big and they'll do things like this, right? But they're trying to be mixed light-skinned queens. I'm convinced.
Baby has responded to the backlash of her getting accused of.
Now, the big lips, obviously that's a jealous move. This is a person who literally looks like they are just talking out of a hole because we can't even really see their lips. Secondarily, full lips are specifically a trait that many Semitic women have. Many Jewish women have full lips. And you can look at Danielle Bregoli, her lips have always been full. You know, sometimes she does do a pout thing to make her lips look a little bit more full, but she's always had big lips. You know, a lot of Jewish women have big lips. It's just a natural part of being Jewish, you know. So, I mean, like, you trying to say she's trying to make her lips big? No, she's not. That's just how she naturally is. With makeup, people's lips look bigger, yes. That's obvious. Everyone's lips look bigger with makeup. It's just what it is. Now, the thing is, what I was saying originally was, you're talking about colorism. Colorism argues that that is an ideal phenotype. Guess what, though? Light-skinned women don't generally have that phenotype. You don't have that phenotype, naturally. You know? Lighter-skinned Black women don't have that phenotype naturally. They have to work at it. They have to wear makeup. They have to do their hair differently. They have to do something to look like that. They don't naturally have straight blonde hair coming out of their heads. It's just what it is. So when you say that she's trying to look like light-skinned Black women, no, it's not. It's actually light-skinned Black women are pushed to look like that. That's the only way they're praised. That's the only way they're celebrated. That's why that's the general phenotype of a lot of female rappers who are light-skinned, who are light brown-skinned at times too. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to put out there. Because, like I said, it's just like, you know, you guys try to make up stuff, but it's not really true. I mean, you're just making it up because it makes you feel upset that she can recreate that phenotype better than you can because it's her natural phenotype. Well, it's not your natural phenotype. It's something that you have to work at. You know, you might not have to work at as hard as dark-skinned Black women have to, but you still have to work really hard at it. It is what it is.
Blackfishing. It's King Asante, and let's talk about it. Most recently, Bad Baby posted this picture and a video of herself. Immediately, fans have been accusing her of blackfishing. Blackfishing is when white public figures like influencers do everything in their power to appear Black. This is harmful because it depicts Black people as stereotypes and portrays Black culture as a product. And immediately, fans are calling her out, this one saying, fully transitioned into a light-skinned Black woman. Other people were saying that she doesn't even look Black and is not trying to blackfish. Others said that she literally got famous from doing this, from mocking AAVE on Dr. Phil.
Of course. That's what I'm saying. She doesn't look like a Black woman, period. It's just, like I said, some desperate people who basically want that look. That's the look that they try to get in the mirror, basically. But that's not the look that they have when they wake up and look in the mirror. That's the thing, and that's what makes them mad.
And now blackfishing. She responded by posting this to her Instagram, I guess with the receipt of the foundation she used, along with saying, don't ever ask me again why I don't be on IG. I don't make no money here, I don't need to be here, I do it for my fans, but y'all take it too far every time. It's honestly sad and weird. Genuinely, what do we think about this?
Let's get cooking.
Alright, so I have so many takes on this, okay? I have so many takes on this. But first and foremost, I want to say this. Black people have to stop associating classless ghetto behavior with Blackness, okay, or Black people. Because before she pulled this stunt, because that's what it was a stunt, right? It was an obvious attention grab, and it worked, right? Because she's actually pretty smart. She's a businesswoman. She was accused of trying to act black or trying to be black or want to be black because she exhibited classless, tasteless ghetto behavior. Classless, tasteless ghetto behavior is not a trait that is inherently unique to black people, right? There's all races that have people in their communities that act like that, okay? I'm just saying. I think that we got to move away from that. People who act a certain way saying, well, you're acting black. That's not a good look, right? That's not actually a good thing to say about black people, okay? Associating ghetto behavior with just being black. So with that being said, she has been accused of blackfishing, okay, which is a term that is used to describe, I guess, white people who try to take on black features or black attributes, right? And I got so many issues with the people that are upset about this because, again, you don't hear people get upset when black women wear blonde wigs, which, would that be called whitefishing? I'm just saying, blondness is not inherent to...
Yeah, that. I think it's tied, though, not the blonde hair, but the acting as if ghetto-ness is a part of being black is a part of why they're mad. On a different level of self-esteem. Understand this. They view themselves as inferior. This is why they constantly talk about hierarchies and acting like white people have things so much better than them because they feel inferior. When they act like being black is ghetto, well, then they're saying basically that being black is inferior. Being black is less than, basically. That's what they're saying. And that's how they feel. And so they get upset that she created... See, they're upset. They're not upset that she created a look that they naturally have. They are upset that she created a look that they naturally don't have. A look that is nice, that they want. You see, that's what they're upset at, because it's their perspective that a white person has everything better than them, basically. And then when they feel like you've created the ambiguous look even better than them, which she's going to, because she's Jewish and Italian. That's common. Italians and Jewish people and Middle Eastern people tend to look very racially ambiguous compared to other Caucasian people. That's natural. But it upsets them because they don't have that. So that whole idea of black being ghetto is the whole situation of why they're angry at her in the first place, because they already feel inferior to her. Anyway,
Black people, okay? You won't find many naturally blonde black women.
You don't.
But black women wear their hairstyles in ways that are more traditionally associated with European style hair and color, and nobody accuses them of whitefishing or stealing white features or attributes. Again, this is why these conversations are so stupid. They're so stupid.
And that's another thing about this whole situation. It's obvious that they'll say box braids come out of their, like, that's appropriating them. But they're not born with box braids coming out of their head. You're not born with braids coming out of your head. Braids aren't even good for hair. Type hair is not good with braids. Braids are unhealthy for kinky and coily hair even. It's not healthy. It stresses the hair out. So your hair's not naturally braided. Your hair's not naturally the curl pattern of Danielle Bregoli's even. You know, what it is that you like how it looks on Danielle Bregoli and you wish it looked like that on you. Continue.
So silly, they're so ignorant. When we're talking about cultural appropriation, because people believe that there are things that are inherent to just their skin color or their race and or their culture, and that there are no cultural overlap when it comes to certain practices, when obviously there is. There's cultural overlap. And again, if you're black and you steal from other people's culture, nobody ever criticizes you for it, right? But if you happen to be white and you do something that black people think only belong to us and us only, yeah, you get backlash like this. But again, the backlash is currency. Because the Cash Me Outside girl has took the Kardashian route and decided to basically make money off of these people who get so outraged by the things that she does. Okay, keeping her name in the tabloids. It's very simple. It's rinse and repeat. Okay, she's basically become a Kardashian who is famous for being famous, and then every now and then they will have some big controversy, some big scandal that'll keep their names in the news. It's really that simple. But again, these woke people, I'm just saying, you have a
Kardashians are the same ethnic background, basically, as Bregoli, basically. Similar, I'm trying to say. They're both Semitic people. Kim Kardashian and her sisters are basically of Middle Eastern descent. This is why a lot of the time the black community has an issue. Again, don't you see, it's a continuous anger issue, and this applies to light or dark-skinned black women, for that matter, because they both hate the fact that Middle Eastern women will dominate the racial ambiguity better than they can, basically. Both hate it because they feel like that's a niche that they want to basically have that Middle Eastern women will always do better at. And it's not just Middle Eastern women. Like I said, Italian women have some of the same attributes as well. Jewish women have the same attributes as well. You can see that many of the time, these same issues will be raised with women like, for example, I've seen it with Rita Ora, I've seen it with Ariana Grande, and so forth. Many Southern European women, many women who have that more Middle Eastern heritage or Mediterranean race of some sort are hated by black women in general because of that, because they have that racial ambiguity that they feel they fail at having. And this is not just black women, because like I said in my video where black and white women hate these women, it goes both ways. Anyway, continue.
problem with this, right? This transracialism here, then you should have a problem with transgenderism as well too, right? We have a society where we think that people who are born in the wrong body, right, because they don't like their genitals, that is totally perfectly normal and acceptable. But people who believe that they're a different race, oh, that's too far. That's a bridge too far. When the difference between the two sexes is far greater than the differences between people of two different races, right? We have much more common with each other among race than we do when we're looking at the differences between sexes. But again, switching your sex or your gender is socially acceptable. Race is not, okay? Race is not. I find that to be fascinating. Also, what I find to be fascinating is the fact that this young girl, who is white, Italian, and, you know, hey, Italians can be dark-skinned, I guess, right? That's what they said.
She's not just Italian, she's Italian and Jewish. She's both. Anyway, continue.
Hey, you know, they can be a little olive skin or whatever, right? She apparently is not experiencing white privilege, right? Apparently, white privilege is not benefiting her enough because, according to what revolutionary, she wants to be black. Somebody tells me how that works. Somebody tell me how that works. I'm trying to figure out why in the world would somebody who is enjoying the privilege of being white want to be black if there's so much privilege in this world from being white. Again, it happens so often, right? We have so many white people, mainly white women, out here who want to be black. You know, the Rachel Dolezals of the world, okay? Because for whatever reason, white privilege isn't working out for them. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out, does white privilege exist for some people and not for others? Okay.
Well, yeah, and that, I think darker white people sometimes do. Like I said before, darker white women do not adhere to the whole standard of Nordic beauty with blonde hair, blue-eyed phenotypes. But the thing is, The fun thing about that is many of them have made their situation better by embracing what they are. You don't see Danielle Bregoli basically enjoying her phenotype and embracing her phenotype by trying to look like blonde-haired, blue-eyed, fair-skinned white women. She does her own thing and does her own phenotype and embraces her own phenotype. And that's what bothers these people, because she is closer to her phenotype and loves what's closer to her phenotype than what they can manage to do themselves. And obviously, anyone who is confident in their phenotype, they're going to be upset at. Also, another thing to note is a lot of dark-skinned black women never learn anything about this. Like, darker white women have experienced a lot of aspects of colorism in regard to their wider populations, but they have turned their situation from lemons to lemonade and just embrace their phenotype and benefit from looking more racially ambiguous. Well, black dark-skinned women have just moaned about it, cried about it, and just said woe is me about it, basically. And so to me, I mean, like, they could learn from them, but they won't. They won't turn their own beauty into a good thing on their end. So that's all I have to say in this video. I gotta go. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe and comment down below. Have a great day. Bye.